Hello, kitheads. It's me, Mario. No, it's not Mario. I'm Double A. Obviously, we are talking kit, the home of the greatest football kit content in the whole entire world. It's Wednesday. It's 9:30. It means one thing and one thing only. We are deep diving into the rank bank. Oh, yes. We are picking 10 shirts deep in the rank bank, and we have got an amazing panel of guests to go through them and speak about them and just gaze wonderfully how Dom looks at me on occasion in adulation. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. So I'm Double A, as I've already said that. And one regular ranker, Sean, if I've not mentioned already, won't be back until next year. So he's going to be gone through the winter break, coming back nice and refreshed. It's hospitality for you. Obviously, as you know, he's a chef. Worst time of year. I've not even spoken to him for a couple of days. That's how busy he's been. So yeah, one regular anchor, Josh, is not with us as well. He'll be back after the international break as well. But we've got Dom, and that's
more than enough.
What did Meatloaf say? 1 out of 3 ain't bad. I mean, that's enough for me. I think it was that. I don't know. But you're more than enough for me, mate. Even I've seemed to have passed my lurgy on to you this week. So.
Mate, I feel like warmed up dog shit, but I couldn't miss the last episode before we have our hiatus to accommodate the World Cup.
So you could. I mean, I won't feel bad on you. I won't think bad of you if you did decide.
What else am I going to be doing? Cooking pigs in blankets like Sean or whatever Josh is doing. Just being a prima donna somewhere. Fucking Mariah Carey, is it? I don't.
We've left all the diva stuff behind. I don't think you like it too much, so we don't talk about the diva stuff anymore. But no, I mean, I'm thankful that you're here. It makes my life easier. But I mean, you know, it's something else pretty to look at as well, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's not just I'm not having to hold the ship. But I'm joking. No, but as we'll see, we've got a very beautiful panel this evening as well.
Yes, we have.
Even then, I'm probably not going to get a look in. So I mean, yeah, as we said, the last show before we have a little break, I think. It's only right. Let everyone enjoy the World Cup. And we'll be back with more ranking sessions after that. I think it's nice to have a little refresh for us ourselves. Because as you know, every week it's hard work ranking every single week, mate, isn't it? You know,
takes its toll.
See, it does take its toll. Also, as well, I should obviously say, this is a Ronaldo safe space. This is your safe haven. There'll be no mention of him or that fool that he's been talking to. You probably all watched it. It's a farce. We'll move on. We ain't going to talk about it again. There's no reason to. So, before we get the guests on as well, if it is your first time talking kit, please be sure to smash a like on the video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Absolutely free. Means a lot to me. Means a lot to Dom. And yeah, you get to see all this content as well. So I will therefore say, make sure you smash the bell notification because every time we drop, you get to see it as well. So that's even better. Before we go, a few comments here. So hello, Elijah. Big shout out to the Friday night counter attack guys. Dynamic duo. I like to think so. He's the Luigi to my Mario. That's how we'll do it for tonight. That's how we're going. And it just prompted me to do the ad. Big up to the Retro Football Kits gang. I hope you're all doing well. So yeah, as you don't know, as you may be able to see at the bottom of the screen, Full Kit Rankers is sponsored by the wonderful guys over at Retro Football Kits. They sell thousands of football shirts, newer and older ones. I was in there this week and some beautiful shirts have come in, let me just say. Oh, you'll like this, Dom. They had a literally mint condition 94-96 United home shirt. Cantona printing on the back. The printing as well was pristine. I don't know if it's been printed on afterwards, if it's not an official one, but it looked amazing. I was almost tempted to hand over the money to get it because I've not actually got it in my collection yet. But mate, they've got some beautiful shirts. I should also mention they have I think they've got a 15% sale on at the minute as well. So yeah, make sure you go over and check that out. But if you don't want to do that and you want to go any other time, you can get 10% off your orders with the Retro Football Kits gang using code TalkingKit10 as retro football kit to say that it's a beauty kit. It was absolutely amazing. I didn't have to nick anything as well this week from them because, as you can probably see, we are doing the World Cup 2022 shirts, and I've obviously got my own Brazil shirt from this World Cup, so I didn't have to steal any of their stock and have them chasing me down to return it the next morning. So everything's okay so far. But yeah, we will get into the guests and get them on. So the first guest we got on is making a return after literally stalking him to come on in the first place, and me feeling like I was bothering him. He can't wait to come on now. As soon as I asked him, yes, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. And he's even coming up with ideas for the show now, which is even better. So he's chipping in. I would say to Josh and Sean, you need to watch your back, because if anything, I think he wants to become a regular ranker. He's probably the most beautiful man in the football kit community. I think so. Anyway, all right, Dom, you're close to him, mate. Don't worry about it. Right, don't get too jealous. It's our wonderful friend Zeke. Hi, pal. You okay?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm all right, thank you. How are you guys? I'm not sure really what to say to our.
Listen, the intros speak for themselves, mate. You don't have to add anything because everyone knows it's true. I don't lie on this show, so it's fine. Just come in and take the adulation, and we can move on swiftly. I did mention before we started, you have kind of like counteracted me going with my international rivals tonight with Argentina, but you know that's okay. It's a nice shirt for what they do. It is nice. Messi name set as well. Very nice. Very nice. But you well? Everything okay in the world of Zeke?
Yeah, all good. You all right?
I'm going to say it because it needs saying. All the better for seeing you, pal. All the better for seeing you.
You're a charmer.
I try my best. Right, okay. Thanks for coming on. And we'll no doubt speak to you a lot more. Right, let's get our next guest on. I recently, wow, I can't even speak. Recently featured on their podcast. I'm so excited to get them on the show. Yeah, I recently featured on their podcast, The Wonderful World of Football Shirts. Really enjoyed it. Nice conversation. It was it felt like a nice adult conversation about football shirts. I know sometimes I am the clown on this show, but it felt like, I sat down there with a nice deep conversation about football shirts and collecting and everything like that. Make sure you go and check it out after this show. He's a great guy. I don't want to blow too much smoke up his ass because he probably does it a lot himself, and so he should. It's Rich from The Wonderful World of Football Shirts. Good evening, sir.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Rich.
How are we doing, pal? We okay?
Yeah, it was good. You say our conversation was really adult, but it literally just turned into about a 2-hour conversation about how good Eric Cantona was. That's
the kind of adult conversations I want.
How did you keep it so short?
Well, I got cut off, so I'm not. I'd still be going now if it was still up to me.
It's fair enough. I'm still watching video.
It was such a really enjoyable conversation. I listen back. I do things, and I don't ever watch myself back on here. Definitely not. And sometimes I do struggle sometimes listening back, but I enjoyed it. I took my dog for a walk for the whole episode. I had a good listen. No, I enjoyed it. I have to say, it's probably your best episode you've had so far.
Yep.
But no, thank you for coming on. We did mention, obviously, you coming on to Talking Kit. It's probably one of the...
I'm excited to hear
it. It's really good. It's good to get you finally into the rank bank. And yeah, I'm looking forward to ranking with you and the rest of our guests this evening. So, thank you. Right, let's get our last guest on. So it's a name I struggle to say, his handle, but I like to say it because it makes me sound like I'm from north of the border every time I say it. I'm not going to... I don't want to say it. I'm going to let him say it because I don't want to marginalize anyone or make myself sound like an idiot as more than I normally do. I love his TikToks. Another person who makes some great TikToks. I really like it. I like him. And it's another person that we've arranged to come on the channel quite a lot, and it's never really happened. I think he thought I would only ever ask him to come on when it was Scottish shirts. I was like, that's not have to be the case, mate. That's absolutely fine. You can come on any kind of shirt. It doesn't have to be Scottish shirts. But he is repping the north tonight, or the north of England. Paul from
football shirts.
You see, I know what it's brilliant. Hi, pal. Are you okay?
I'm very well. How are you?
All the better for seeing you, mate. All the better for seeing you and having you here to complete what I think is an amazing lineup for this evening's show. I like how we've kind of gone. If you look around, so Dom's got no shirts. I've got one shirt. Zeke's got about 4. Richard's got about 3, and then Paul's just taking the absolute piss out of our lives with about 55.
I've been that guy, haven't I? That's just gone. I need to just show you everything here.
Sometimes more is better. They say sometimes less is better, but I think in your case, mate, more is definitely better.
That's good.
All right, brilliant. Okay, so yeah, if you want to get in the comments tonight, make sure you're getting involved in the show. Letting us know what you think of each shirt, of our rankings, if we were right, if we were wrong, in your opinion. We like the feedback, and we like to keep the conversation going, not just between ourselves, but with you as well. Big up to the number 1 fan of Full Kit Rankers, Jackson's jerseys. Evening, guys. Great to see Zeke wearing the future world champ. I think you're getting Zeke confused with me, I think, mate. I think it's going to be Brazil bringing it home. But no, yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fair for you to say. Okay, right. So, yeah, World Cup 2022 shirts. So, like I said, there's 9 suppliers of kits at this year's World Cup. So I've picked a shirt from each supplier. So that obviously meant there was 1 supplier that would have 2. And I felt it best because for me, they've probably got the best shirts of the World Cup. There's 2 from Adidas. So yeah, each supplier has been used, which I think is fair. It's a nice representation of different brands. And not just sticking to 10 Nike shirts, which we've already done this series. We'll go around the room and see. Did anyone struggle with these shirts? Did anyone find it quite easy? Was there some that was definitely going to be bottom and definitely going to be top? Everyone kind of find it.
Kind of felt like there was a clear kind of divide almost between the top and the bottom, and I'll be quite surprised. I think if anything I've ranked 5 down, anyone's got any higher. To be honest, for me, found it quite easy to do.
Yeah,
fair.
Agreed.
Everyone agree? Yeah.
I literally recorded a few episodes of our podcast where we talked about a few shirts, so I had a bit of information about them. So I don't know, I found it a bit difficult because I actually quite like some of the bad ones, but
for different reasons. Can I like copy your homework then? Because I've not done any research this week because I've not been well. So forgive me.
Awful.
Yeah, you had a fountain of all knowledge now, Rich. So we will be coming to you every shirt wanting this information, please. Okay, I mean, looking through the list as always, there's a nice split, but there's some that were clearly less favoured, and I'll say 3 that were loved, most definitely. But I think there's a nice spread. There's some, not maybe any surprises really for me when I came to scoring them, but you know, it is what it is. Right, let's get into it then. This week's list of 10 World Cup 2022 shirts. We'll start with number 10 then. Dead last on our list. Only 9 points, so it failed to get double figures, which is, it's not always great, but sometimes it does happen, and it happened in this case. So we will go with number 10 on our list, 9 points overall. And it's the shirt that looks like it's come from a Tenerife beach. It's Cameroon, unfortunately. Yeah, I think no one had it above 8th on the list. I had it dead last for the reason why I just said. It looks like a shirt you would get at Tenerife. I don't know why they've changed. Obviously, there's a whole legal ball going on with Le Coq Sportif. I feel like they would have done a great shirt for Cameroon. Yeah, all sports. You've lost. It's now 2-1 in favour of Le Coq Sportif for me. Let's go through our rankers, though, and find out why they placed it where they did. Let's start with Rich. We'll come to you then. We'll start with you because you had it last as well.
Yeah.
For you,
so first,
I've
got to say, sorry. First of all, their kit last time round That Lecoq Sportif one was so nice. I think it won our little kind of AFCON tournament of best kit of that tournament because like I love that kind of vibe that it was a almost like an Adidas over the 3 stripes kind of thing with the colours of the flag. But like they've gone from that, which was perfect, to this, which looks like it's been made by a company in China, and it's all kind of like all made within the shirt. Like the one symbol doesn't even look like it's like properly stitched in. It just looks so cheap and naff.
Yeah.
It's ill-fitting as well. When you see players, like we all like look at these shirts as a picture is now, but when you look at when players are wearing it, it just looks awful as well.
Yeah, no, I
sorry, it's really damning.
No, it's there is a picture of some of the players where I think the players, it could just be because the guy with his thumb up looks far too happy to be wearing that shirt, which he shouldn't be because it's shit. But I agree. Do you know when you get the stadium shirt and the authentic shirts, especially with the Nike ones now, and it's 2 different shirts altogether? This looks like a really bad version of a stadium shirt, whereas the authentic would look like the Lecoq Sportif. Amazing, almost perfect for me anyway. Rich, anything else you got to say about it, or?
One of the reasons why, like some of the other shirts, I ranked higher than others because of the detail they go into in the shirts and like that's relevant to their country. With this one, I feel like it looks like they've just thrown some shapes on there that looks a bit like armor plating, but isn't. There's nothing particularly Cameroonian about it.
Yeah, I agree.
So that is just pouring my ideas.
Okay. We'll come to Dom. Let's come to you next because you had it 9th, so wasn't the worst for you, but I think you can agree it's not a nice shirt, really, is it?
No, not at all. And obviously, when we think about Cameroon, we know they've had some shocking shirts, but this one is a shocker. And for all the wrong reasons. I think on that point about the difference between like authentic and stadium and what have you, I think that there are actually 3 versions of this one with 3 different price points, and even like the player version one is still, I think, sub like 60 quid, which, to be fair, to accommodate fans who are going to buy it is a good thing from the manufacturer. But from what I've seen from some of the shots a little closer up, it looks a bit poor altogether anyway. But yeah, I don't get I've not read into it, but I don't get what the design would be. I was expecting Rich to have told us, to be fair, but but yeah, ill-fitting, badly manufactured, and a massive step down from Lecoq Sportif as well. So definitely isn't going to be any higher than 10th overall, and I wouldn't expect it to have been. Yes,
yeah. I mean, you're saying it's 3 different versions. It's odd for a company to market the shirts as shitter, and shittest, isn't it? Okay, I don't know what else they're gonna do. To be fair,
well, United did that for ages with a load of shirts, so we're used to it.
Yeah, that is very true. Liverpool with Warrior. I can always get a Liverpool dig in. I have to just dig it. Right, let's move on then. Zeke, we'll come to you then next. Again, had it 9th on your list. Can you expand? Is there anything? Yeah, let's go on the positive side. You're a positive person. Anything positive you like about it?
Well, I mean, the colours are quite nice. I think in the last one, in the last picture, the 1 is embroidered, and I think it's like an orangey red, which looks nicer than the player version, I would say. But there's not many nice things about this. I think the whole neckline is a bit odd. I wouldn't really want to be having that sort of thing around my neck. Yeah, it's just weird, isn't it? Like, it isn't even weird in a good way. It's just odd.
It's just, yeah. I mean, bless you for thinking of two things that you liked about it, mate. To be fair, I don't know. I don't know how you did that. Also, as well, I just looked in then. I mean, it might be a 10 years away. That green's so dark, it could almost pass as a Germany flag for me.
Yeah,
a little bit, maybe.
That on the neck as well, as Zeke's mentioned. I think I'd struggle to get my head through that hole. I'd end up wearing it as like a headscarf, or a hood.
A do-rag. Oh, Dom in a do-rag would look great. Okay. Paul, we'll come to you. We'll finish off for you because you had it the highest out of the five of us, only in 8th place. So, not too much higher. But was it just a case that there was two you didn't like more than this, or was there something that was stuck out that you liked?
Listen, please don't for a second think that I like this because I don't. I think the collar, same as kind of Zeke was talking about the collar, I don't like. I think an easy improvement would have been just to run the colours from the sleeve round the collar, just to made that tie in a wee bit better. I think they've obviously left that dead space in the middle for the name and number, almost like the Puma have gone. They're kind of squaring it off. I've not seen it with a name set on, so I don't know what it looks like, but it's not good. It's not a good shot.
No, I absolutely
looks like
agree.
a transformer or something.
It does. It looks like a shit Iron Man or Hulk. Like, do you know what I mean? Hulk more because it's green. I don't know why I'm saying Iron Man. Right, okay. Well, that's enough for that. But what we're going to do, obviously, we've not done night out rating for a long, long time on this show. Obviously, Sean not being here. We've tried some iterations. It's not kind of worked. What I wanted to do this week, so I thought it'd be a nice tie-in. So you may have seen on TikTok or Instagram, Zeke has had a video where he's asked his girlfriend to rate his football shirt. So what I thought would be really nice if we got his wonderful lady to maybe come and rank these, give these a score out of 10 for us. So
yes.
Is you said she's going to come and do it live? Yeah, she's going to come on and actually do it for us, which is brilliant. Yeah. I'm not expecting a high score in this. Let's be honest. Let's hope anyway. Yeah, I mean, she may just absolutely.
Although I've seen some of her ratings for some of Zeke's shirts, and I just
she looks just like Zeke.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. How are you? Okay.
Good.
Good. Thank you for joining us. So you're gonna come and rate these shirts and give them a score out of 10 for us. So.
Okay, it's the one in the middle, right? Yeah. Do you know what? This one's not too bad. Color scheme's okay. I quite like the design. I like that you've got the red and the yellow and the dark green on the sleeves. Badge and logo are nice because they tie in with the colors as well. Okay, it's going to get 6 out of 10.
Wow.
Okay.
You've of mine a lot lower than that. And mine's
I told you.
This is awful.
It's not.
Just it got 9 points out of possible 50. It's come dead last on the list. But I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, as we always say, in terms of this game. So thank you, Ellen, for that. That's
no problem. I'll just keep popping in when you need me.
Thank you very much. That's great. See you later.
That is amazing, given some of the shit she's giving you for having your shirt on. Unbelievable.
I was not expecting that.
Zeke, I'm gonna get you one of these for your next date night, mate.
Oh, let's all chip in. Yes, please.
And I'm gonna get you the worst one.
Yeah, thank you so much.
The one he doesn't like with about the stitching. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Okay, so let's move on then. So there we go. Number 10 on our list, 9 points overall, a Cameroon home shirt from this World Cup. Not liked by the panel, kind of liked by Ellen though. So was bit of a mix and match there. Right, let's get into number 9 then. Only beating it by 1 point, so 10 points overall. It's a shirt I think a lot of people thought was going to come last in terms of the rankers. And it's the Costa Rica home shirt by New Balance, obviously. 9th on my list. It's better than Cameroon. Nothing else to say. We will start with... Who should we start with? Let's start with Paul on this one. You had it dead last.
Yes.
Worse. Why?
I I really don't like this at all. It kind of annoys me a wee bit with shirts like this. I think they've literally, whoever's designed this has literally gone, what does the flag of this country's colours have? Let's just block it into a football shirt. And to make this worse, they're in a group where every team has got absolutely amazing shirts. Every single one of them is unreal. I think they're in with Japan. The Spain home one's not great, but the away one's amazing. Who's the other team that are in our group? Germany. So every shirt they're going to look shit in every single game. I just think they've literally got a chance to have their shirt seen by millions of people. Why are they doing this? I don't understand. And I did a tiny bit of research, no much. They've not had a good shirt for 20 years, I don't think. They all look like this, just in slightly different variations. I'm just not a fan. Well, New Balance across the board for me aren't great. No, not a fan. It was the first one I wrote down as last for me instantly.
No, that's fair, mate. I think New Balance gets a tough rap on this show. I don't think it ever gets really scored high. You know, it does look very lazy. As Viking Football YouTube is saying, it does look like a Lille kit. That's absolutely bang on, to be fair. Jackson's come on as well. Costa Rica is such a disappointment. I just bought the 2019 black and gold New Balance and it's sensational. This is just plain generic and lazy. Yeah, and I think the away shirt is literally just white with red. The red. The only positive thing I think I can say is that the badge is nice.
Again, it's just CR though.
Well, yeah, it's very simple, very plain.
Is it not?
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice. Okay, let's go with Zeke. Again, you had it dead last. Just a boring template.
Yeah. Had to be last out of all of them. It's just there's nothing there. The badge is boring and a bit strange, and I feel like even on this, like the blue bits, one of them's higher up.
Oh yeah, it's slanted.
I'm not sure what that's all about, because it's not even obviously worn, but it just looks like it's not been made properly. I
don't even notice that.
I don't have much else I can really mention, because it's just really bad.
Does it look nice on? No.
Okay.
Fine. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Dom, we'll come to you then. Again, another person who had it bottom of the pile. Are you surprised it didn't end up dead last?
I am, but like I knew it'd be this or the Cameroon, but Cameroon at least won all sports, had a go. Yeah. They tried. New Balance. Who's having a day off when they should be in work? Like someone should have been doing something at this point, but they clearly haven't. And that the badge looks like that silly CR7 branded stuff. And I'm surprised he's not disappointed at this as well, given his goings on this week. But yeah, it's just shit, boring and shit. That's all I can say. And it's a V-neck as well. I don't like V-necks.
So what you're basically saying is it was Friday, it was 5 to 5. They've had 100%. To get a design in, and they just handed this in as their own work. All right, no, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. We'll finish off with Rich, because he had it quite high up on his list. In terms, he had it 6 overall. Tell us your workings out on this one then, please, Rich.
I like it. I don't like it as much. The thing is, like, we laugh at the simplicity of it, but sometimes I think the simplicity just makes it pretty awesome. I love the white one, and I love how the white kind of, you said it already, floods the badge, so the badge looks really different. Also, like when we do our podcast, we talk about how they look if you're going to wear them out on the street. And I've got a couple of New Balance shirts. I've got 1 or 2, and like I really like the way that the cuff on the sleeve kind of does hug you a bit, so it makes your arms look a bit bigger. So it looks like you've got bigger biceps than you maybe have. So from that perspective, I like it. I don't really know how it's going to look when it's on, but sometimes I think we laud kind of these crazy designs where sometimes just a little bit of simplicity can take a team, especially because it's Costa Rica. Also, there's a little bit of love about it because Brian Ruiz is like the captain, right? And he's 37, I think, something like that. So I've got a bit of fan love for Brian Ruiz as well. So
okay. That's spot on, mate. You know, each to their own, as they do say. Zeke, would you like to get Ellen to come in and rate this one for us if she's available? Yeah, he's going to get his steps in today, isn't he? In this show.
Apart from the blue cuff on the sleeve as well, I was getting like proper, obviously New Balance, like Liverpool vibe from a few seasons ago as well, right? That kind of retro-y Liverpool shirt, except there maybe a thicker color.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. Hello.
Hi. 3 out of 10.
Straight in there.
Yeah, I think we can agree.
Rubbish.
What's wrong with it? What don't you like?
It's a bit boring.
Okay.
From what I can see, there's no detail in the fabric.
Yep.
It's just a bit average.
It is average.
Bit boring.
Yeah, but
It's not standing out to me. It's not. No.
What if we got some of our dinner down it? Would that make it stand out a bit better?
No, it would go down.
It'd be an improvement, yeah.
Yeah, some taco or some chili down there. Okay, no, that's fine. Thank you, Ellen. That's great. See you later. Well, there we go. Not liked at all by anyone. There we go. Costa Rica home shirt, 10 points overall. Let's move on then to number 8 with 17 points. We're moving up a little bit now in terms of scores. And it is this one. It is the Iran home shirt. Yeah, I was making sure I got that right. Home shirt by Majid. Never heard of that before. Yeah, what do we think of the Iran shirt? I put it 7th. I quite like it. I think it's okay. The pattern is a bit like, actually, when I look at it now, it's a bit like the Poland shirt. They've got a similar pattern on their shirt. But I mean, yeah, it's a white shirt with a little bit of a pattern and the flag around it. It's all right. So yeah, 7 for me. Who should we start with? Let's start with Paul. Let's start with you because you had it 9th on your list. So yeah. You thought you didn't. Like
I should obviously love this shot because they're playing England, but I don't. If they beat England next week, there'll be loads of these sold all across Scotland. I almost think they've gone, this shot's boring. Shit, we better do something. Put some design on the sleeve. Ain't no do. That'll do. That's all right. And then they've just papped it out, and that's it. I've never heard of them either. No idea what the fit or it'll be like.
It looks slim. It looks slim. That
and that's not good for me. So that is, I just think it's just boring. I would love to have a go at designing shirts, and I just don't. Again, it's the same as the other two. I don't know how it's got through the process of the design team and they signed this off. I don't get it.
Yeah. So I'm just going to bring in the designer from Majid. He's going to talk about that. Hello, no. No, fair assessment on the shirt, mate. Rich, let's go to you again. Someone who had it 9th on their list. Was there anything that kind of you liked or you thought?
Yeah. Well, this one was quite a recent one, wasn't it? Because until like 2 or 3 weeks ago, they had their previous shirt, which featured a kind of a design of an actual panther on the shirt itself, and then some kind of weird reddy greeny wave. And they kind of really cut back. I get proper kind of like Nike vibes from it, with that like 2 seasons ago Nike tops, almost like where that kind of thumbprint design. Vaping it on the sleeves, but they've kept the kind of panther design on the sleeve going. I like a little leopard panther print. I'm a big fan of that. But to be honest with you, and this is no slight on Joma, it just looks like a Joma shirt. It looks like one that you would buy for your Sunday League team because you've got 450 quid to spend on 15 kits.
Fair. I think, Jackson's come in and said the sleeves were a bit Brazil away. Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah.
That and the Poland. Definitely a mix of that. Dom, we'll come to you. She had it 7th.
Yeah.
Rich is clearly a big fan of Bet Lynch. Are you as well?
I'm more Cat Slater, me, mate.
Mate, you got to be repping Corrie. You're from Manchester, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, no, I think that the Panther element and the similarity between this and say the Poland shirt, I do actually like the cuff and the collar where they've incorporated the colours. I think are a nice variation on a theme in that we usually see it that it's either all the way around the collar or on the front and then on the sides of the actual sleeve, whereas they've gone, oh, here's a design element, let's shove it in the armpit. But I don't actually dislike that. I think it works quite well. At least it's consistent. And yeah, I think the manufacturer logo is a bit too high for me. I like it to be centered to the badge. And then the badge overall, it looks like something you design on Pro Evo. But yeah, it's okay as a shirt.
Fair enough, mate. It's nice to see Rich has now changed for us and put his best leopard print shirt on for us. That's very nice. Thank you, pal.
That with badge on would be better, eh?
We'll finish off with Zeke then. Zeke, because you had it 6 on your list. Was you kind of more of a fan of this one then, mate? You found something that you liked about it?
Yeah. I think the sleeves are actually pretty nice. I think I would rather the colours on the cuffs and the neck were all the way around, even though I do sort of admire them for trying it out. I think I would rather it was all the way around. I think it would have got higher, but the manufacturer sort of looks like a scribble or a lightning bolt. Like
it looks lower down on that picture as well.
It does. Yeah, it doesn't really look like it's meant to be on there. But yeah, no, I don't actually mind this one.
Yeah, fair. Mm-hmm. Can we get the wonderful Ellen's score on this, mate, if that's okay? So yeah, looking at the home one, it's literally just the same, isn't it, as well? Just with just red. Away. The away one. The red one is away. Yeah, sorry. My bad. Yeah, so after this, we'll be going back through the list. While we're waiting, if you can smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hello. So here we go. There's the next one for you. The Iran home shirt.
I quite like that one, you know. Yeah. Sleeves are really funky, but it's not too much. I like the white. I like the red and green on the sleeves and the collar. Does it go inside the collar as well? What's that? That's the back. Yeah. What's the back like? Is it just plain white? I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know.
I'm gonna say.
He never shows us the back, Ellen. He never lets us see the back.
No.
Yeah, the back is important, you know. I think the back's a crucial part of the shirt.
Exactly.
I'll remember this for next time. Thank you, Ellen.
7.5.
Oh,
7.5. Okay. Fair enough. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
Could maybe start a series, Zeke. I get Zeke's girlfriend to rate my presenting skills. Well, let's see how that one goes.
Yeah.
So there we go then. Number 8 on our list is the Iran home shirt. 17 points overall as scored and finalised by our rankers. Right, let's move on then to number 7. 19 points overall. And it is this. It's the Denmark away shirt. It's a blackout shirt, guys. 8th on my list. It's been done. I understand the reason behind it. It's been done. Let's go on to Zeke. We'll start with you. We'll finish with you. We'll start with you. You had 8th as well on your list. it's just been done a bit too much? Do you think?
Yeah. I think that blackout shirts are definitely overdone now. It wouldn't be as bad if there was just a little bit more there. It's like you can barely even see anything on the shirt, like the badge and the. I didn't see who even made the shirt. Oh yeah.
Hummel, yeah.
I mean, it looks better when it's zoomed in, but it's not my sort of thing. I'm not really big on blackout shirts anyway.
Yeah.
And this isn't really one of the better ones.
Fair enough, pal. Let's go with Paul. We'll come to you. Fifth on your list. Scored at the highest out of the five of us. Do you think it's a trend that can keep going? The blackout shirts?
No, I think it does need to stop. Every team, even my team, have done it. Tiny team from a tiny town in Scotland, we've done a blackout shirt. The reason I ranked this one highest is because I would probably wear this shirt. I do think it's quite a good looking shirt. I don't know if I'm buying into the idea behind it. I suppose it's a conversation for another time. It's probably already been had many times, but
yeah,
I agree with Zeke there. When you zoom it in, it does look better. And I think I've not seen this shirt in person, but I think it will look nice in person. It'll be a decent fit. And yeah, it's one of the shirts I would definitely wear out of the 10.
Yeah, okay, fair assessment on that one, mate. Rich, we'll come to you next. 7 for you overall.
Yeah, until like this morning, I had it ranked 8th, so I changed it this morning. I agree that it's been done. It's been done before. I've got the red one from the Euros. And the funny thing is, obviously, this shirt is supposed to be, is it a throwback to the 1992 shirt, right? Except all black out, white out, red out. The problem is no matter how much we lord over that 1992 team, personally, I think it's a horrible shirt anyway. So, but the one that they redid for the Euros is a more iconic. Yeah. It's the Hummel Mexico template is what it was called, which was the half and half, but the halves are red and white and white and red. Like that was a more recognizable Denmark shirt. So when they red outed that, it looked cool. It was the first time I think we've maybe seen an international team do a full red out or black out of a colour. But now, Paul's already said it. Like personally, I mean, I'm being a bit of devil's advocate. I think it got quite a bad rep when it first came out. People didn't really buy into it. So then they came out with some statements about not really wanting their brand to be known. I don't know whether they're covering their own back with it. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I hear that, and I think the numbers make it look a little bit more acceptable, being a little sort of grey, off white. Dom, I was, Rich literally read my mind there. My question to you was: the cynic in me definitely thinks that this was just a blackout kit. They jumped on the hype, they've gone for a red out, they've gone for a blackout. People have turned their nose up at it and shat on it, and then they said, "Oh no, but we're being really nice, and it's all about the World Cup being a terrible, terrible thing in Qatar. Please like our shirt. It's for good cause." Do you agree with that, mate? Do you think that's exactly what they've done?
I don't know that that's exactly what they've done, so I'm sitting on the fence with it. I think you can see both sides of it, and if it were to be the case that it was thought of, it begs the question why it wasn't mentioned in the first instance, other than we bring out a shirt, it generates a bit of dialogue, and then we throw another massive spanner in the works and say it's something else just to keep momentum going and keep people talking about it, which obviously we know for all intents and purpose, any marketing is good marketing, or any business is good business. So it'd be not for me to say they've done that, but I when they did say it, I wondered why it wasn't said straight off. And I think if you're doing something as a gesture as sincere as that, you shouldn't be misleading with it. You should say from the start.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, do you know when people film themselves giving the homeless some money, but then they forget to upload the video? It's like, oh no, I did do it. I did give him the money. Yeah, I'll show you. And then afterwards, you put it up on. I'm just, Maybe. Okay, so there we go. Zeke, would you like to run and get the lovely Ellen? Oh, she's staying there. Oh, she sat down next to us. I hope she's got a brew.
No, she doesn't actually.
Oh, no, she needs to go get a brew. I'll get a proper picture up 1 second. There we go. So that's the next one for you.
She thinks it's still loading.
Boring.
Yeah.
Very boring.
Where's the rest of it?
You can't even see the logos and the sponsor and anything.
A little bit so you can see a bit.
I mean, there's a bit of detail, but it's just stripes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. Ooh. Will it score better because they're doing it in protest against the World Cup in Qatar? Does that make it score high?
Apparently they are.
Protest.
Apparently.
Yeah.
What's wrong with it being in Qatar?
Oh, you don't.
Let's not open that can of worms. Let's not open that can of worms, please. Many reasons.
No, doesn't change my mind. It's still a 1.
Yes, it will have a lot more detail on it when they have match details, when they have numbers on it, and when they have sleeve patches. But for me, that just makes it worse.
It does. Yeah.
I mean, it's quite sleek. Like, it's a very smart shirt, but it's not doing anything. It's literally plain black. Like,
it is.
Like, you could wear it to a funeral.
Yeah. Come on. I mean, you could do anything, any design in the world, and you choose that. Like, no.
Yeah, Denmark. What are you playing at? You'll be really mad to find out the home shirt is just all red as well. I mean,
they've got some adventurous designers on the team, haven't they?
Yeah, I've heard that, Denmark. The whole country. What's wrong with you? Thank you, Ellen. That's great. There we go then. Denmark, number 7 on our list, 19 points overall. Right, let's go into number 6, and it's a massive jump up again now. 28 points overall for this next shirt. Like I said, finishing in 6th. And it's a Tunisia home shirt by Kappa. As you can see, nice that Kappa are represented at a World Cup. Josh will be buzzing that Kappa here, being a big Kappa man. Yeah, I had it 6. I've got it dead on. I really like it. I like the pattern within it. I like the away shirt that is white and very similar. I like the fact that a Manchester United player is going to be wearing it, and he's going to be my standout one to look out for player in this tournament. Go on, Hannibal. That's me. Right, let's go into the rankers. I mean, yeah, we all pretty much scored it the same here, guys. Let's start with Rich. We've not started with him yet, I don't think. 5th on your list, mates. You had it middle of the road. It's a nice shirt.
Well, yeah, like you were so quick to lambast the Costa Rica shirt, and from afar, like if you were from afar, I wouldn't say they look too dissimilar, but obviously you're right. When you get close in, it's the armor of Hannibal, which is, I think, like a long time ago kind of stuff. So it's obviously got a bit of heritage in it, which is obviously, for me, it was a really good thing because it's a once in every 4-year opportunity to show off a little bit of heritage of your country, like Paul wearing, the Scotland shirt with a bit of tartan in there. Like, it's pretty cool. I really like the fact that some teams have done that. Kappa are doing wonderful things at the moment. Some excellent things with shirts at the moment. The only thing that I didn't really like about it, and that's a Kappa trait, is I think the badges and the things are too high.
Yeah,
I don't like them being too high. That's all. And I just know that if I bought this shirt, I'd have to buy one maybe 1 or 2 sizes too big, because I'm not a fan of the very tight-fitting Kappa shirts.
Yeah. No.
You might lose some of that bicep action then as well if you go too far up.
Right. I'd have to fold up the collar. Not the collar, the cuff.
Yeah. With a Kappa thing, it does seem like a trend. Obviously, you think to those, the Venezia shirt, the home shirt, obviously being all the way up here. It seems like they're following that trend for some strange reason. Also, who was the model on Hourglass? What's all that about?
Yeah.
It's so cut in. That's ridiculous. As Viking says here, it looks like a dress. It does look like a dress, Pat. You're absolutely right. Right, let's go to another ranker then. And well, yeah, Paul, we'll come to you because you had it same as me in 6th place.
I do like it. I don't know if you've got the kind of zoomed in. Have you got the proper zoomed in picture for the kind of design?
No,
I
I can zoom in on that as best I can, mate. In terms of that,
I don't know the top, kind of at the top. I think is it meant to be like two wheels?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what it reminds me of? A Stone Roses album. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It
looks like that lemon from the Stone Roses album.
Of course, it's a good thing.
I can't unsee it now. I do like it. I'm actually, Rich, I'm totally with you on everything you said. The badges are far too high. I don't know why Kappa don't run the design down the sleeves like the good old days. I used to love it.
Yeah.
I think the unusual thing I think about this is all three shirts are exactly the same design. Normally, when you go for a super bold pattern like this, it's just on one shirt and it's on them all. And actually, the third kit's black, and that for me is the one that I would have. I like the third one, but I like it. I think that their badge, I wasn't really too familiar with it. I think it looks great. I think it's a cracking looking badge, and right down the middle for me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Again, mate, I'm the same as you on the badge. It almost looks like an international version of the Swansea one, a little bit there. Zeke, we'll come to you. You had it fifth as well, mate. The pattern makes it. That's pretty much what we're getting from this. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Basically that really. Without it, it's not very good. I think, as everyone's already mentioned, the Kappa and the badge are too high. I mean that doesn't look as bad like that, but even so, I don't know.
Has that got a different collar as well? Is that the same shirt, Aaron?
Oh, I don't say that. It probably isn't. Oh, I've had them there, haven't I?
21, 22.
Right, we'll forget that. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? Do you know what, man? I'm going to say this now because I sent one of the next shirts we're going to see. I sent the wrong shirt out because it looks the exact same, right? I've never had so much trouble finding shirts than I have for these 10 shirts this week, right?
That one we've just seen is nicer as well.
It is nicer.
But we've not seen anything. We've not seen any other shirt. We've seen this one, and this is the only one we've seen. Right. Considering the World Cup is next week, honestly, I struggle to find some of these pictures. Anyway, moving on. Right. Zeke, this shirt. Carry on.
This
one.
Yeah. I'm not sure what else.
No, if that's everything, that's fine, mate. I'm not going to push anything else. That's fine. Right, let's finish with Dom then.
Yes.
So this shirt, pal, this one from 2022, the World Cup. What did you think? Because you also had it fifth on your list.
Yeah, I think the kind of same basis for the three shirts works quite well, as mentioned. Obviously, it's got its down points in that the manufacturer and the badge are far too high. Obviously, any higher, they'll be going onto the back, and you'll have to show us the back of the shirts. Other than that, I imagine you'll go in a store, it won't have them on there at all, and you'll have to get them on like as a neck tattoo if you want them as like an additional extra. But yeah, I think the design, whilst I like it, I just think I worry about me specifically wearing it and having those accentuations around my breasts and a face like a little Buddha's face on my belly.
Yeah, and your torso. Yeah, absolutely.
And obviously, as we know, with like the Combat Pro, I wouldn't go anywhere near one of them. So I just worry how vivacious I would look in it. I'm more concerned at how sexy I'd be in it, and especially as someone had said, it looks like a little red dress.
Yeah, well, just don't wear your heels, mate, and you'll be fine. You know what I mean? That's Sponzy. I mean, you mentioned without the pattern, it'd be really boring. Do you know? Since you've mentioned that, I can't stop thinking it looked like one of those early noughties Wales shirts that were done by Kappa.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Thank God it's not playing because it does remind me of that, and they were terrible as it is. But there we go. If the lovely Ellen would like to pop in and give us her thoughts on it, that would be great. Yeah, I can't believe I've got the wrong shirt on this one as well. Good eye, Dom. You didn't tell me that when you were looking at it, though, did you, mate?
Sorry, mate.
It's supposed to be a fucking team. You didn't help me there.
I did tell you one of them.
No, one of them. Yeah, again, 1 out of 3 is bad in this case. You know what I mean?
Roll down.
Oh, what a nightmare. Thank God we're having a break. I'm clearly overtired. I've had too many games.
What's that, a face?
Oh, yeah. What's that, a face? Yeah, it is.
Are you looking at Aaron or the shirt?
Wow.
In the middle of the shirt at the bottom, that is a face?
It is.
Yeah.
It's a nice pattern within the shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get 2 wheels at the top as well.
Oh, right.
Or orange segments.
All lemons.
Lemons,
Aren't
aye.
they?
Yeah, okay. I appreciate this. They've tried to do something a bit different.
They
Okay.
have.
6.
So that's a respectable score. That's where it's ended up in the list. So,
Fair.
yeah.
A little bit of an ombre as well. Quite like that. It's like there's like a darker red at the bottom. Yeah, in the detail, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then in the middle
Shadow,
it gets lighter, and then at the top it's darker again. It's a bit of a gradient. Oh, well, there we go. 6 out of 10.
Good.
Thank you. Amazing.
No problem.
So there we go then. 6 on our list with 28 points, and it is the Chinizia home shirt. Let's move on then. Never saw that photo. To this one, number 5 on our list with 29 points. It's the Saudi Arabia away shirt. Yeah, I mean, this was the other one that I sent a different picture of. But in my defense, they were the same shirt. I don't think anyone would have noticed. They looked the exact same. Me and Rich were having a conversation. It is pretty much the same shirt. Right, so I had this 4th. It's really, really nice. I like it. It's a little out there. I'm a fan. It doesn't look like the Nike template as well, actually. I just realised that. I don't know. Maybe it is. Anyway, we'll move on to the rankings. No one cares what I think. Let's go to who shall we start with? Let's start with Dom.
Yes. Yeah.
You had it 4th as well, pal, on your list.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
I think I'm still in raptures about the one before this. So I think this being so similar to that one with the leaves or whatever it was on it. I think I was still like a bit. Oh yeah, I quite like this. And because you can't get that other one for love nor money, hoping this one will be a bit more available. I think it's the pattern that they've used across a couple of shirts. I know it's really similar to the pattern that's used on the Poland shirt as well. But I think overall it's just, it's jazzy enough and simple enough at the same time, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
No, I agree with you there, mate. It's for me a really nice shirt. Zeke, we'll come to you. You had this 3rd overall. For me, I think this is what possibly could have been the next Nigeria home shirt, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on. Yeah.
That was what I was actually going to mention, because it is basically just a Nigeria shirt, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not quite as nice. Like it's nearly there, but it's not quite there.
Yeah.
I think the badge is awesome. I would have what is on the neckline on the cuffs as well.
Yeah.
Just to add a little bit more. But no, other than that, yeah, I love it.
Love it.
But I don't quite love it enough.
Well, 3rd's not a bad score, pal.
It is as well. It is that awful Nike template, but because the design feature is that prominent, it hides it.
Yeah, I thought it was. This was very hard to see, which I think helps the shirt quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think if it was a separate design on that shoulder part and the what do we call it? The arch.
The Batman thing.
Also, as well, I don't know if it's the cut of the shirt or it was the model that wore it. It looks like it's made for a portly man, or he's a portly man. It looks like a bit of a beer belly on there, which I'm liking. I think, dad bods are in. This is what we want. We don't want hourglasses. We want to see what we look like with a beer belly and man boobs. Like the Tunisia shirt. Right. we'll leave. Who should we leave? We're gonna leave. That doesn't really matter, does it? Rich, we'll come to you. You had it 8th on the list, lowest out of all of us. What were your thoughts? What was hitting and what was
just
missing
as
the
you
mark?
said earlier, just as you said before, it's just a Nigeria shirt, but for a different team. So I was like, we said it. It's been done. Didn't really buy into it. I don't know. I feel like it's a pattern that looks really cool, but what does it mean? Doesn't really mean anything.
No.
Where I ranked Tunisia slightly higher because that pattern they got, the design they got meant something. The only redeeming feature for me is I think when you see it worn, like the accents of the different color green that goes around the collar, and the dark green mixed with the light green, I think is quite nice. But and where the numbers on the front of the shirt are bright white, which is quite cool. But it's just it just looks really as a basic. It's like Nike's afterthought. They went and put loads of effort on England and France and all that, those teams, Brazil, and then went, oh shit, we forgot Saudi Arabia. Oh, no, just give them that one.
Fair enough. Since Zeke's mentioned it with not having the sort of thing on the collar on the cuff, it looks like if you took the Nike swoosh and the badge away and put buttons down, it looks like a shit shirt you'd wear on a shit shirt night. Honestly, that pattern. The sleeves are terrible. Without the sort of elasticated. We'll finish off with Paul because you had it 7th on your list, mate.
Yeah.
Was you liking it at all, or?
To be honest, I'm having a wee bit of rank regret. Is that a thing?
We'll what?
Every single time, Paul.
Often regret a rank. Again, listen, there's not much to add that people haven't. I do notice the Nike template thing, and it does annoy me because in that picture, especially, I think you can see it. It breaks the pattern. It breaks the pattern a wee bit.
Yeah.
The badge is amazing. I don't like the collar, and again, it's just a Nigeria shirt. So a bit of originality, please.
It's like a bit of a close up of like a sponge scourer thing that you for washing the dishes, like the green side of it.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I get that, mate. But it didn't clean up with our panel, unfortunately. It only ended up. Mate, I've not done one yet. I've not done one all show. I had to get one in. Only finished 5th on our list. Can we get Ellen in quickly to have a little chat about it? I'll leave this picture up because it's got someone on in it. It might look a little bit better. She might appreciate it more. I don't think she's gonna like it. I don't think she'll like it.
I think she will.
Oh, really? Okay.
Shh, she's here.
Shh, come in. Hi. Hi.
Come on, Chris Tarrant.
3 out of 10.
Okay.
I mean, no, it's not completely plain, but it's giving me a bit of a migraine, you know?
Giving you a migraine.
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 No differentiation in pattern. It's just gone, here's a pattern, have it all over.
You've been watching the show. That's exactly what we said. Thank you, Ellen. That's brilliant. Amazing. See you soon. So there we go then. 5th on our list, Saudi Arabia, away shirt, 29 points overall. Let's move on. Let's get into it. Let's pass this one. Beating it by 1 point in 4th place with 30 points. It's the Senegal home shirt. Probably one of the better Puma shirts from this tournament, for sure. Probably why I've chosen it. 5th on my list. I really like it. Like I said, I think it's the best Puma shirt at the tournament. Can't go wrong with a nice white shirt with a lot of vibrant colour for me. But you don't care what I think. You're here for the rankers, so let's get into it. Paul, let's start with you. You had it highest out the 5 of us in 3rd place. Do you agree? It's probably Puma's triumph in this tournament?
Absolutely, I love it. I think it's really, really nice. Collar and all that matching looks great. I love that Puma have gone back to having Puma written and the logo. It's a small thing, but for me, it makes a huge difference. I think this is going to look amazing in the tournament, all patched up and namesetted. Genuinely a shirt I'm considering getting. I really, really like it. I think it's great looking.
Yeah, Bob on, mate. I absolutely agree. Don, we'll come to you. 6 on your list. Just a middle of the road for you kind of thing? Is that why it's where it is?
And now that I'm looking at it again on that sponge scourer thing, looks like one cleaning up a bit of ketchup or something, that middle chevron. Or if you're squinting, like a weird face smiling at you and winking, which I imagine will be intimidating for the opposition as well. But yeah, the colours across the cuffs and the collar work really, really well. And even though the widths are a little bit dissimilar, I think they tie in with the chevron, particularly with the collar going down into it. It feeds well into that central star as well. So yeah, there's a lot to like about it. And yeah, like you say, definitely best Puma shirt there.
Yeah, absolutely. Zeke, we'll come to you. She had it one place lower in 7th. What was it that wasn't kind of sparking you?
I feel like I've made the wrong decision.
Flip flop.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've had many of those today.
No.
But yeah, now I am looking at it. I think it should really have been higher. As like Puma ones go, most of them aren't very good, but this one is. I like the star in the middle. I like that it's sort of like a book, like an open book. Not sure what that really means. And yeah, the colours on the cuffs and the neckline are really nice.
Yeah.
And the badge, and also the actual Puma being written on there really helps, and it just adds that little bit extra that it wouldn't have had normally. But yeah, I feel like I would have put it a little bit higher. I'm not sure why it was that low, personally, really, but yeah.
No, it happens, mate. We see it a lot on this show. I mean, yeah, I agree with you that the Puma logo definitely makes it looks a bit more retro, I think, which is really nice touch from Puma. We'll finish off with Rich. He had it in 4th place. I mean, Rich, if you was wearing this shirt, would you feel like the Mane?
No, that was bad.
And I don't even care, Zeke. That's the worst thing.
I'm going to leave. I'm off. Right.
So, with this one, I have to think, well, it's the same with all the shirts we've done so far, but you've got to look at it how you would watch it when you're watching it on TV, right? And as good as the Tunisia one is, you would not see that pattern when you're seeing the game happening. With the Iran shirt, as cool as the sleeve pattern design is, that pattern, you wouldn't see it. But when you're watching them play here, Senegal, you just know that this is a Senegal. Yeah, look at that. Like straight away, like that massive chevron with the yellow, the green, the red. It's going to be so iconic when you're watching them play. I think it's just going to look so cool because it's not just a team that's wearing all white. It's going to be really vibrant when you're watching them on TV. The only reason I didn't get them any higher, because all of the things you said are right. The Puma logo is wicked. The colours are so good. Is on the design, it's just a personal thing. The chevron stops before the kind of hem of the sleeve. So it's kind of like, which is actually a trait of a lot of Puma shirts this season. You think about the AC Milan shirt where the stripes are in a box on the front of the chest. Like the pattern just stops here, whereas if it would have gone further or all the way around even, I would have probably been very excited.
So now you're only semi-excited, Richard.
Yeah, yeah, I'm only semi-excited, and therefore
That's fair. That's fair. I really should have saw it more. I really like the massive number as well. I think the number looks great as well on there. I think it adds to it as well.
That's a trait with humour. It kind of hides the fact they've got a massive square. They're filling it with massive numbers.
Yeah, no, that's very true. I think it's very deserving of its 4th place. I think the Senegal shirt. Zeke, if you would please be kind enough to go and get the lovely Ellen for her score, that would be amazing. I'll say it again. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is the World Cup shirts 2022 full kit rankers. Before our little break that we're going to have, so we've got 3 more shirts after this one. Getting into the top 3, the automatic Champions League play. Hello.
Disgusting.
Oh wow.
Literally like a highlighter pen. No. Not for me. No.
Okay.
1.5.
Oh, okay. Didn't see that coming. Didn't see look at the face. Okay. Thank you, Ellen. We won't take any more time with this one. Thank you. There we go then. Senegal 4th, not liked by Ellen at all. The highlighter pen, apparently. 30 points, though, overall from our rankers. So let's get to the top 3. And again, a big, massive jump now. So the next 3 shirts were really fancied. Definitely the strongest 3. It just depends which order they're in. I think the rankers are all excited to find out, as I hope you are as well watching. So, yeah, let's get into the next one then. With 42 points overall. Probably going to be his last. Well, it's definitely going to be his last World Cup. Is he going to win it, though? To cement, maybe. He's already the GOAT. Cement it, though. It's the Argentina away shirt by Adidas. Like I say, 42 points overall. Just not hot enough with our rankers to get it any higher. 3rd for me. Again, I've got it bang on. It's nice. I don't like to give Argentina too many props, being a Brazil fan, but yeah, it's a nice shirt. But let's get into the rankers. No one had it lower than 4th on the list. The person who had it 4th was Paul. So yeah, let's start with you and mate. Adidas won this World Cup in terms of shirts. Definitely one of the stronger away shirts they've released.
I think they've absolutely smashed most of the shirts they've done. This had the potential to look really shit, I think, and it doesn't. I think the Belgium home shirt is horrible with the flames and stuff. It's been talked about many times. A dark shirt in it. This just works. It looks great. Really quite subtle. The kind of graded all the different purples. Same as with the Puma. I like how simplified Adidas have made their logo. I think it looks great. And they're still sticking that kind of collar though from the Euros, which I know a lot of people. I know they've added that wee bit in across. I know a lot of people didn't like those collars, so maybe that's their attempt to try and fix that. But yeah, and I know we've not really talked about who we fancy and stuff. I think Argentina will do well. I fancy them to go deep into the tournament, so we'll probably see this shirt quite a lot. But yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I do like it.
Yeah, exactly. Mate, I think that's just because this is the first team that's probably going to get anywhere in the tournament.
Yeah, well, that's
the shirts we've seen. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, it's a fair assessment of the shirt, mate. Zeke, we'll come to you. You had it second. As Jackson says, I was going to nick it, but I thought I better not. Do you think it's flaming brilliant?
Yeah. When I first saw it, I wasn't keen. As it's been already mentioned by Paul, that the Belgian one is awful, and this is like that one, but it's actually really nice. Yeah. And it's like there's this line that it could have crossed where it's then like tacky. But I think this actually really works. And color wise, I think it's lovely. The only thing that I don't like is the neckline. I think it brings it down a little, just a little bit. But other than that, I think it's really nice, and it is one that I will hopefully buy.
Yeah.
And it'll obviously be even nicer if they actually
No, it won't.
win the whole thing.
No.
Which, if they do, then I'll be quite pleased. But yeah,
Fair enough, mate. A good point raised by Viking YouTube, football YouTube. Sorry, the Adidas logo looks nice. Dom, I know it's one thing that he got criticised for, taking away the text. Adidas. I know when it first leaked this was going to happen, it wasn't met very well. I think it works absolutely brilliant. How it looks on the shirt.
Yeah, it ties in with that more modern look, and I think obviously it will be one of those things where with Nike, with the Futura logo, and with Puma, like on that Senegal shirt that we've just seen, as they move away from it, we will end up reverting back to it and going, oh, do you remember that? And we'll think it was brilliant because they're saying, oh, we're throwing it back to all those retro shirts. But it does, when I first saw it, I didn't think it would work, but it does work really well, particularly with that graphic and it being a bit more futuristic looking and more of its time, and with the name sets that Adidas are currently using as well, that silver that they're using with Messi and 10 on this, overall the more you add to it, the more the shirt looks better. I think as Paul had mentioned as well, I think the collar, they've just added a little bit in because they must have just had a load of collars lying about, but and then just thrown like a little triangle in there just to make it a bit different. And that's my only real gripe with it. Otherwise I probably would have scored it a bit higher. But yeah, brilliant overall, and definitely the best use of that graphic in comparison to the Belgium shirt, as mentioned.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you had it, like I did mention, you had it third on your list, same as me. We'll finish off with Rich just because he had it top of the pile. Just playing devil's advocate, Rich, before I get your thoughts on the shirt. Do you think Adidas maybe missed a trick here and could have maybe give this to Japan just to throw back to 98?
That would be nice. I had this one third because I don't really know why. But again, like looking at them playing in it, you don't really see the flames. You see it more of an ombre, kind of like light pinky going into purple, and that's cool. That's that kind of like a Nike shirt from a few years ago. I remember like Barcelona having that kind of sunset-y kind of shirt. The one thing I don't like with a lot of these Adidas shirts this year, and it's a really weird thing I don't like, and you only see it when you're seeing them play, and it's more prominent on the Wales away shirt, is this kind of like arm gusset that they've got, which isn't directly underneath the armpit, but it's kind of like to the back and to the side. So when you see Messi side on in game, there's this weird bright pink patch on the side, on the underside. It's very strange. But having said that, agree with Dom, the silver that they use for the Adidas logo and for the badge as well is lovely. I like the way that on home shirts they tend to keep the badge its original black, gold, blue, white, and then on the away shirts they just kind of go, oh, let's just throw a bit of pizzazz at it. And yeah, I think it works really well. The number sets and the name sets on there do kind of, they fill in the gap that I think otherwise you would see the flames a bit more, and that's why I think I rated it higher, because when you see it being worn, again, you see the gradient in the pattern. You don't necessarily see the flames, but the flames are wicked. And on the flames and on the Belgium shirt, maybe you guys are a bit too young to remember, but when I was younger, you always wanted a bowling type shirt that was black with flames coming up the bottom, right?
Yeah.
And both this shirt and the Belgium shirt just give me massive teenagery vibes of trying to get a shirt with flames, or Converse with the flames on the Converse.
Dom, Dom will know this. That shirt you would see Flex Palace in Manchester all the time. all the time. Yeah, that it screams that shirt, the Belgian one to me, most definitely. Zeke, if you would be so kind, we'll finish off with the lovely Ellen giving us her thoughts on this. I think she might like this. I think this is gonna float her boat, so to speak.
Rich, I never thought I'd hear the word gusset on this show.
We've had worse, mate. Normally on Sean's here, to be fair. Oh, here she is. Hello.
Hiya. Yeah. 7.5.
Yeah, any reason why?
I quite like it.
Good. That's good.
I like that they use like tonal colours. That's quite satisfying for me. They haven't gone with some random colours. It's like the dark blue, medium blue, the lilac.
Yeah.
They all complement each other very well. There's some nice subtle details on the sleeves. Yeah, I really like it.
Right. So if Zeke were to buy this, you'd be happy with that?
I'd approve, yeah. But he doesn't need any more shirts.
That's not true. We all need more shirts.
It really is true. It really is.
I tried, mate, for you.
That's literally your wardrobe.
I think it's more than me.
You have about 20 of the same shirt.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Well, I've heard that so many times in my life. Oh, you got the same 20? No,
They're all the same.
it's the same colour. That's it. That's the same.
Saying that's actually true.
No,
all of the same
all
Norwich shirt.
Norwich home shirt.
Exactly. Yeah, some of them are the same.
Oh my.
Some of them are the same. They just have like a different player on.
Well,
yeah,
but then they're not the same.
I reckon you don't like when you're at your mate's house and the mum and dad start arguing. Like,
you know what's really nice though? It's nice to not be in this argument for once. That's what's really nice. Thank you. See you later. So there you go. Number 3 on our list, Argentina. Away shirt. Yeah, just missing out on the top 2. So yeah, let's get into the final 2 then. Separated by 4 points. So there's a clear winner this week. So this one, number 2 on our list, 44 points overall. And it's this. Probably no one would expect this to get so high. I'm really happy that it has. It's a beautiful, beautiful shirt. And it's this. It's the Ecuador away shirt by Marathon. Yeah, that's absolutely stunning. Second on my list again. I'm pretty bob on this week. I've had a few that have hit the right note. I love it. I just absolutely love it. It's beautiful. We will go through our rankers. Who should we start with? Let's start with the person who had it the lowest out of the 5 of us. And that was Zeke. You had it in 4th. Was it just a case there was shirts in the list that drew you to them more than this? Is it a shirt you like?
Yeah, I think it was that there was a definite top 2.
Yeah,
and then it was then trying to work out which ones were going to be after those 2. I think the one thing that lets it down personally is the sleeves not being like the main body. I like that the flag is on the cuff. That adds a bit of colour, which is really nice. I'm not that keen on the badge. I think doesn't do much really for the overall look of it, and that with Marathon as well. But the actual design looks awesome, and yeah, they have definitely done well with this. I think,
amazing. Yeah, no, spot on, mate. We'll come to you next, Rich. You got it second on your list. You for me, we spoke of Argentina there. I think this could very well be an Argentina shirt, away shirt in the colours, and what you were saying about the badge and the sponsor matching.
Yeah,
is it? Do you agree with that? And also, what are your thoughts on this from Ecuador?
I love it. I thought it was wicked. I love the Ecuador flag on the sleeve. But what you don't see in this picture are some of the really small details. This is where I'm a hypocrite when it comes to these, because with the shirts, I was like, oh, what do you see when you're watching it? And then you're like, well, what's the point in all these little details if I don't see them? But then at the same time, on the back of the shirt, guys, there is the outline of Ecuador, which is like on there, which is quite a cool element, which I really like. On the inside hem, they've got the word Ecuador written in lots of different, I think all the languages of the teams in the World Cup.
That's cool.
Which I thought was quite nice. And then if you turn the shirt inside out, the Ecuador badge on the other side is some kind of lovely patterned design with the word Ecuador written inside it. So Marathon have done a really good job of making these shirts really personalized towards that country, but pointless if you're watching it live, because what's the point in having these lovely, are they just inventing, it's a bit like Adidas with I saw a lot of people do reviews of the Japan home and away shirts. There's so many details within, let's say, the stripes of the Adidas, within the neckline, within this, it's making it really anti-fakeable, if that's a word or even a thing. But like, I just feel like we're doing too much to make it, real. But at the same time, I love the elements they're doing. That's why I'm a hypocrite. I love what they're doing, but also I don't see the point in it.
Fair enough, mate. But it's some good reasoning.
Finally,
shirt collectors.
If you take away the badges, I'd wear that as a t-shirt.
I think I would as well, and I'd like to see you wear it as a t-shirt as well, mate. I'll say it. How about that? Right, Paul, we'll come to you. Second as well on your list. It's just a really nice shirt.
Big fan of it. Yeah, really big fan of it. My only gripe is I really like the old Ecuador badge with that kind of eagle over the badge kind of thing. But this it does work. I think that design. I think the reason they go in the wee touches so guys like me can have a big rail in their room and they can stand and look at the wee details more than they'd like to admit. But yeah, listen, Rich, you've sold this shirt even more to me with all those wee extra details. I think that's brilliant. All those wee extra things I didn't know about it. It's almost like an Aztec type design. I don't know if that ties into anything with Ecuador. I may be a bit ignorant for not knowing that, but it's a great looking shirt.
Yeah, no, I tend to agree. Looks a bit tight on him there, but never mind. Bob, we'll finish off with you. Top of the pile for you, mate, this week. So, what was it about this shirt that made you adore it more than the rest?
The fact that it was Marathon, because if it was Adidas, other people would have had it higher. I'm sure of it. If it was a main brand, this would have been popular more so than we have seen. The fact that Rich has raised a few more elements for me would have put it even higher up the list if that was possible. Because rather than just looking at shirts for how they are on TV, as collectors, obviously we like to get them in and amongst that and feel the details, see what they are. The fact that it's got a little Easter egg element in it as well, and the back of the badge, which we've seen like the likes of Nike do previously on a load of club shirts, and having that little extra bit on the cuff as well, on the sleeve, I think it's just it had to be top of the pile because it wasn't the obvious choice, and just in the same way that I gave one all football a chance and not putting them bottom of the pile for having a go. I wanted Marathon to be at the top for doing something that if one of the big brands did it would have been loads more popular.
Yeah, no, I fully hear that, mate. Like I say, if that was Adidas and an Argentina logo, it probably would be number one. I fully hear what you're saying, and these smaller brands do deserve that praise when you get it right. And Marathon, I think, definitely have with this shirt. Zeke, I'm going to ask you to do your job, mate, and head out and get the lovely Ellen again.
I just hope they don't change the branding to Snickers further down the line.
There's one for the dads. Hey.
For the dads.
Hello.
Hello. 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you
Again, it's quite a nice pattern, but not my favourite design in the world. Also quite dark. Don't know.
Okay.
I just feel like on the pitch from a distance you wouldn't really see the pattern.
That's probably true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad shirt though. It's nice. It's quite smart and sleek, but yeah, not my favourite.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Only one more left. Not long left to go now. Jackson jersey's been on. Great to see another manufacturer at the World Cup. Not sure about the future when Marathon turns into Snickers though. Oh, look at you. You know, like did you nick that from him? You thief. You absolutely. I didn't do that, Jackson, but he did. You know what I mean? That's really bad. Here we go. Second on our list, 44 points overall. The Ecuador away shirt. It's going to be at this World Cup. Can't wait to see them wear it. Shame Tony V's not going to wear it. Obviously,
this will probably be worn. This will probably be worn in the opening game, won't it? It'll be. I'd imagine this will be worn on Sunday.
Hello.
Oh,
they're the opening game, are they not? Qatar, Ecuador.
Oh yeah, possibly yeah. I hope so. It'd be nice if they do. That'd be nice. Jackson's been on. I sent it before. I know you sent it before.
Yeah, but I can't see it.
Yeah,
I can't see it.
You're such a liar. You can see the comments. I'm blaming Dom Jackson, not you, mate. I know you wouldn't do that. You're not a thief. Right, let's get into number one then. We've got one shirt left. We're finally here at the summit. The number one, the best shirt that we have ranked at this World Cup. Well, from the 10 given, not out of all of them. 49 points. Only one person stopped it from getting a full house. That was obviously Dom, because his last shirt was obviously number one. At 49 points. I mean, that's some going. Let's just say that. And it is this, of course. It's the Mexico away shirt. It's just a beautiful shirt, isn't it? Number one on my list, obviously. We'll have to start with you, Dom, because you didn't put it number one. And I understand it. It's only because you want marathons to have their day in the sun. That's absolutely fine. If that shirt wasn't there, this probably would have been your number one. Am I correct?
100%. Yeah, it was my number two. So yeah, I think look, it's getting rightly praised. Although it does look a bit like a load of Nando's chickens just thrown on a shirt. But again, it's got so many of those core elements that Rich likes that I think it would be still recognizable enough. But that I like as well, in that the inside neck detailing is just beautiful. I think the adoption of the new crest, the new badge as well, works really well within the shirt. And yeah, it is no doubt going to be another one of them shirts which is horrifying to try and get hold of. But if you have got it, you'll adore it, and people will praise you for it.
I hear you, mate. Rich, we'll come to you next. Again, top of the pile for you as well. Yeah, the pattern on there, is that something that, I know you like your simplicity and stuff, but the pattern, it just adds an extra element in terms of this shirt.
Yeah. So the pattern is I don't know if you know, it's the word is the Quetzalcoatl, which is the Mexican for feathered serpent. So the reason why I rank it so high is not just because it's beautiful, but because it has an element of Mexico in the shirt.
Yeah.
Also, when you see it paired up with the green shorts, which I think is just going to look absolutely like There's something so uniquely Mexican about their color schemes when they wear shirts and play. So it's going to look wicked.
Yeah.
I just think it looks so nice. The only negative, and this is obviously not Mexico's fault, it's Adidas, it's the FIFA rules, is that they can't have the pattern all the way around.
It does go into the gusset though, Rich. You can see on the third guy there. I can see the gusset that you're talking about now.
Yeah.
I even like that tabard thing around the back, where from the stripe goes down from the side of the shirt and goes around the hem at the bottom as well. I think that looks quality.
I thought that it would take a lot for Mexico to have a really good shirt, because previous tournament they had their pink shirt, didn't they, which was in memory of their pink salt mines, I think, which is why they went with a pink shirt rather than green as their home. And so I thought that was pretty impressive, and it would take a lot to beat that. But for them to come out with this one is pretty super. It's using their heritage to their advantage. It's not white, it's kind of an off cream, which again I quite like. It's ivory, maybe. I don't know. But it's such a nice colour, regardless of the pattern that's on it. But then once the pattern's on it, I think it elevates it even more.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And for all the haters out there that say I don't offer the back of the shirt, I have done there. So, stick that up your ass. Right, moving on swiftly. Who should we go to next? Let's go to, Paul, we'll come to you. Again, number one on the list. I mean, it's looking at it there as a full kit as well. You would be a full kit wanker for that shirt, wouldn't you? I mean, I would.
I don't know. It's just so aesthetically pleasing. It's such a nice shirt. I like Rich. I love that tie into the kind of Mexican stuff. I think it's got kind of future classic stuff written all over it. You can see how mental people are going in the kind of kit community trying to pick one of these up already. The Adidas site didn't seem to have very many. I think there's going to be another drop either at the end of this week or next week. I'm assuming they'll go again, and maybe we'll pick one up. But I'm with Dom, though. I love that red detail that runs down the side and round the back. I think that frames the back of the shirt really nicely. And again, we've talked a lot, but with a name set, I think it's going to look great.
Outstanding. Yeah, absolutely. And we'll finish off with Zeke again, someone at the top of the pile. For you, mate. I mean, Adidas, like we said, they've definitely won the World Cup in terms of kits, but this is definitely the jewel in the crown. I'm sure you'll agree.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. The off-white and the sort of reddy, pinky, purple sort of colours are really, really nice, and they work really well. The new Adidas logo and the badge are awesome. I've also seen this in long sleeved, and it's just incredible.
Wow!
It's even nicer than that, and it's just like, how do you even do that? How do you even make it nicer than that?
Yeah.
But no, this is right up my street. And I do really want it. I think Adidas are putting it back on Friday, I'm pretty sure. At 8:30, I think I've heard. But they probably won't.
Saying it within earshot of Ellen.
I know.
8:30. So if I'm able to pick it up, then I'll be a very happy man. But
absolutely. Set your alarm clocks, kids. So that's it. We'll just get Ellen's thoughts on this last one, if that's okay, mate, and then we'll leave her alone for the rest of her evening. I hope she likes this one. I hope this is one that I really do. I think the rest of us are all like, come on, Ellen, don't let us down now.
Do we think any players are going to wear any long sleeve versions?
Well, you wouldn't think so with the heat there, but I hope so, just for our benefit.
Yeah, they are air conditioned, aren't they? But hello. Last one for you.
8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to hear. That's what.
Lovely. Very nice. Very nice design. Very stylish. Haven't done too much colour-wise, which is nice. it's like in keeping with the with the whole. They haven't gone crazy, but with the colours, I mean,
Yeah.
it all ties in nicely together. Yeah, lovely. What did I say?
Yeah.
8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10. So we all think you should let Zeke get this. I think that would just make his World Cup and what's been a great year for shirts. I think you would agree, wouldn't you, Ellen?
How much is it?
Well, it's quite hard to even find.
No, he needs to be putting this money into the ring fund, not the football shirt.
Jeez.
Is that the time? Is that...
Like, it's past my bedtime.
Yeah, I think it is bedtime.
Zeke's gone redder than the Costa Rica shirt. Jesus, right? Okay, Ellen, thank you so much for spending your time with us.
That's okay. No worries. Thank you for asking me to do it.
No,
Thank
you're
you.
more than welcome. If you ever want to come back on,
No.
you're more than welcome.
Nice speaking to you all.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
too.
Yeah.
Enjoy the World Cup. Right, there we go. Our number one shirt is the Mexico away shirt. 49 points, just missing out on a full house by 1 point. Thank you, Dom. As always, my due diligence, that's how everyone scored it. And you can see I don't cheat and I do the right thing. So there we go. That is our show for this evening. There we go. That's it. That's the last show for a couple of weeks while we watch the World Cup, enjoy the World Cup, celebrate the World Cup, and all the wonderful shirts. There's a lot more that obviously we only do 10. So I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for being involved. The comments were great as usual. Even had some in there that the rankers were able to nick and pass off as their own jokes, which is great. We'll go around the room. Rich, thank you so much, mate. It's been a pleasure. Finally, great to have you on the channel. Yeah, so where can people... Oh, it has. It's been far too long. And hopefully we'll do a Desert Island Kits with you soon as well, mate. That would be absolutely perfect. But yeah, where can people find you? Where do you live on the internet and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, on the internet and stuff. Yeah. We're at Shirts Pod. That's where I kind of like Twitter and Instagram handles. Our podcast is only a audio podcast, so it's not the same as yours. We do a lot more describing of shirts, which is why I know the word gusset. We are on all your good platforms of the wonderful world of football shirts. It's an all right listen. Have a listen if you want.
No, you should. It's an amazing pod, especially the last episode. I think was really, 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 really good. But no, definitely make sure you're checking these guys out. Again, you know, you can't have enough football kit content, especially if you like us and you like to collect them. It definitely makes the community bigger and better. So yeah, thank you again, Rich. It's been an absolute pleasure. Paul, what's going on with you? Where can people find you and stuff like that, please, mate?
So just really only on Twitter, and the TikTok stuff is a fairly new thing for me. It's my daughter loves TikTok, but she's only 11, so she was quite intrigued to go, oh, you've got a lot of football shirts, why don't we start doing that? And then she's now out of it going, you're almost 40, Dad, get a grip. And then I'm now addicted to it. So it's just at football shirts on both. Feel free.
Yeah.
Not. I'm mostly just showing the shirts that come to the door, to be honest, which is fairly regular, but I really enjoyed it, so I appreciate you having me on.
Oh, anytime, mate. I'm glad it's finally happened as well with you, similar to Rich. I'm glad it's finally happened. Like I say to everyone, never wait to be asked to come on. Just jump in the DMs and say, listen, I want to come on. So yeah, thanks again, mate. Zeke, I mean, almost on the hat trick now. Again, someone else whose TikToks are definitely blowing up, and the reels as well. So where can people find out more about you, mate, and what you've got going on?
Yeah, so yeah, as you already mentioned, I mean, TikTok's quite a new thing. It's not my sort of thing normally. I'm more of a picture guy rather than a video guy. But I'm on it now, and if you want to see Ellen brutally rate a load of shirts, then you can do that. And there's just been part 2, and there's going to be a lot more parts. So yeah, but I'm also on Twitter, obviously, at Knock 'em Downs, and on Instagram, Fresh Shirts UK. Quite active and happy to chat about anything, be that football shirts or anything else in your life. But yeah, cool.
Amazing. Brilliant, mate. Thank you again for coming on. King Dom. Dom has got the vid. Dom has... Other than that, what's going on with you, mate? How is everything? What's going on? Where can
yeah. Other than being severely unwell, and
that.
Unfortunately not being able to get to Calcio Manchester tomorrow for their opening. Well, they've opened, but they're having an event for the World Cup tomorrow. Yeah. So I can't get down to that, unfortunately. Other than that, I'll just be on Twitter throwing up some pictures, looking forward to the World Cup, getting excited. I think obviously loads of people have mentioned in the community that they've not been feeling it at all up until literally the past few days. Obviously, if anyone was watching that Ronaldo documentary, I think that's got a few more people in the mood as well. So I think come Sunday, hopefully we'll all be gripped with World Cup fever rather than World Cup host contention. So yeah, I think for what we can, we'll just enjoy the football for what it is for those 90 minutes that we're watching the 3 games a day, which I will be doing. So really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think you took it a step too far and actually got a fever, mate. That's the problem. I agree with you, mate. I've been watching videos on YouTube of all like the tournament's goals and all that kind of stuff, trying to get myself in the proper mood. And I think come Sunday, I think everyone's going to be there. But yeah, we're all hoping it's a good tournament. I think a lot of people were similar with Russia. I think they felt it was going to go the wrong way, and it's proved to be what was a really, really good tournament. So yeah, fingers crossed. Qatar is the same regardless of what you think, if it should be there, shouldn't be there. End of the day, it's what we all, as football fans, it's the pinnacle of what we want to see in terms of the World Cup. So, yeah, I hope you all enjoy it. Like I said, this is the last Full Kit Rankers during the tournament. We'll be back after. We're still going to be releasing Desert Island kits, though. Got another one coming on Monday. If you haven't seen them yet, get on the channel. Go and check out the 2 we've done with Mick Clifford, the West Ham shirts, and obviously Sam S8 shirts. 2 really good episodes. Shorter videos as well, not nearly 2 hours like this is, for God's sake. But yeah, go and check them out. And if it is your first time talking kit, be sure to smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. We'll always appreciate that. And yeah, we'll be back with Full Kit Rankers after the World Cup. Enjoy it all. Take care of yourselves. And as always, just make sure that you do always be talking kit.